The Brittas Empire looked like a cheerful workplace sitcom about positivity and good intentions, but over time, that politeness revealed something far more disturbing beneath the surface.
I'm talking about sexually transmitted diseases.
Fact 1. Positivity became a weapon.
I am the Reverend Horatio Brittas. Laura is Mrs. Brittas, my wife. Colin is me, except for when he's standing over here with a candle when he is Colin.
Gordon Brittas believed optimism solved everything. He trusted systems more than people. Rules mattered more than outcomes. His cheerfulness ignored reality repeatedly. Problems were reframed instead of addressed. Staff concerns were dismissed politely. Politeness became a shield.
Smile, Carol. Don't forget the smile.
Smiles replaced accountability. Suffering was treated as inconvenience. Brittas never intended harm. Intentions did not prevent it. Damage accumulated quietly. His certainty overruled empathy. The show framed this as comedy. Over time, it felt cruel. Positivity silenced dissent. Complaints sounded unreasonable by contrast. Responsibility dissolved into procedure. Harm occurred without malice. That made it harder to stop. And when kindness ignores consequence, darkness grows unnoticed.
You threw it on the ground. Now, this possibly isn't the time to discuss smoking and the rights and wrongs and the damage it does to your health.
Fact 2. Authority was never questioned.
Brings me to another general point. Personal freshness. Perhaps we got up in a bit of a hurry this morning and weren't quite as scrupulous as we might have been.
Brittas held unquestioned control. His role legitimized his decisions automatically. Staff rarely overruled him. Objections were treated as negativity. Structure protected his behavior. The system rewarded obedience. Failure was blamed on attitude. Authority hid behind policy. Power operated calmly. The show rarely challenged this imbalance. Consequences never reached the top. Mistakes repeated endlessly. Responsibility flowed downward. The hierarchy stayed intact. Comedy softened the injustice. Laughter replaced scrutiny.
33 people including yourself.
I don't want you to die, Mr. Brittas!
Thank you, Linda.
Over time, the pattern became clear. Control mattered more than care. Brittas never learned. The organisation never adapted. And when authority escapes challenge, harm becomes routine.
Which one of you is Brittas?
Oh, gentlemen, how can I help you?
Fact 3. Chaos was presented as normal. Disasters happened constantly. Injuries were treated lightly. Death appeared casually. Trauma was brushed aside. The workplace felt unsafe. Yet everyone carried on. Normalization became the joke. Emergency felt routine. Risk lost urgency. The tone remained upbeat.
My husband!
What?
My husband!
What?
This contrast felt unsettling. Serious events lacked weight. Consequences vanished quickly.
I was stuck in the car here, just under where the tank fell, and he leapt forward and just sort of pushed me out of the way, and then...
Emotional processing never occurred. The reset button erased harm. Rewatching exposes the imbalance. Comedy numbed reaction. Reality was suspended indefinitely. The body count rose quietly. Safety protocols failed repeatedly. No one stopped operations. And when chaos becomes normal, cruelty hides in plain sight. Fact 4. Empathy was treated as inefficiency.
I shall invite you to step forward and cut the ribbon. It's a toilet. Named the toilet after me.
Emotional responses slowed progress. Brittas discouraged hesitation. Efficiency trumped care. Compassion complicated systems. Those who felt deeply struggled. Sensitivity was framed as weakness. Emotional labor was ignored. Procedures replaced people. This created emotional isolation. Staff endured rather than processed. The show mined humor from discomfort. Pain became background noise. Brittas never noticed. He prioritized order over well-being. This disconnect defined the tone. Viewers laughed then noticed unease. Empathy lacked space to exist. Human cost was invisible. That invisibility enabled repetition. The center kept running regardless. And when empathy is inefficient, suffering becomes acceptable.
It has to be now.
Ooh, a bit tricky, darling. I'm supposed to be hiding in a locker in the staff changing room.
Fact 5. The sitcom refused moral growth.
Give us an S! And give us a T! What does that spell?
Brittas never evolved meaningfully. Lessons were never retained. Episodes reset behavior, patterns returned unchanged. Growth threatened the premise. Stagnation preserved comedy. This choice had consequences. Harm repeated endlessly. Staff never escaped the cycle. The system learned nothing. Viewers slowly adjusted expectations. Hope diminished subtly. Darkness replaced warmth. The cheer stayed constant. Meaning shifted underneath. What once felt harmless became bleak. The laughter thinned over time. A rewatching reveals intentional stasis. Change would end the joke. The show chose continuation over correction, and when nothing can change, darkness becomes permanent.
Not just a nappy, Mr. Brittas. Ben's not blocked anymore.
No, I can see that, Carol.
Fact 6. Good intentions caused harm.
I have a young lady in reception. Who shall I say is calling?
Jennifer Pelham Young. I'm his fiancée.
Brittas never acted with cruelty in mind. Every decision was framed as helpful. Optimism justified risk. Rules replaced judgment. Harm was accidental but repeated. Accidents were treated as misunderstandings. Responsibility dissolved into process. Apologies were procedural, not emotional. Victims were expected to move on. Intent mattered more than impact. The show treated this gap as comedy. Over time, it felt unsettling. Harm without malice is hard to confront. Brittas never recalibrated. Learning would require reflection. Reflection never arrived. Systems protected repetition. Staff absorbed consequences quietly. Good intentions shielded accountability. Damage accumulated invisibly. And when harm is unintended, it often lasts longer.
I'd be pregnant again, Doctor. I only had the baby 6 weeks ago. Yes, well, I thought if I was breastfeeding, I didn't have to use any.
Fact 7. The workplace was fundamentally unsafe.
We don't have locks anymore, Julie. We've got time-instigated, totally integrated security. We've got titties.
The leisure centre was dangerous by design. Safety rules existed but failed constantly. Injuries were common. Deaths occurred casually. Emergency responses were inadequate. Procedures were followed incorrectly. Brittas trusted paperwork over reality. Warnings were ignored politely. Risk was reframed as anomaly. Staff adapted to danger. Fear became background noise. The show laughed through disaster. Rewatching reveals negligence. The body count becomes noticeable. Serious incidents lacked aftermath. Trauma vanished between scenes. Operations continued uninterrupted. Normalcy was forced immediately. Safety became theoretical. Chaos was institutional. And when danger is routine, darkness feels organised.
It doesn't take more than about 40 minutes, but it is rather important. Laura will get you a chair. You could probably do with the rest anyway.
Fact 8. Staff were trapped by politeness.
If you blocked off T3 as well as all the others, there's no way out.
Fires don't happen just where we want them, Laura. They can be extremely inconvenient.
No one openly rebelled for long. Complaints were softened. Anger was redirected into sarcasm. Politeness restrained resistance. Direct confrontation felt rude. Brittas weaponized civility. Disagreement sounded unreasonable. Staff learned to endure quietly. Silence preserved employment. Speaking up changed nothing. This dynamic sustained control. The show framed politeness as British charm. Over time, it looked oppressive. Its courtesy prevented correction. Systems stayed broken. Frustration became internalized.
It's my birthday. I couldn't bought me a moped.
Emotional pressure had nowhere to go. Escape felt impossible. The workplace became psychological cage. Politeness locked the door, and when manners replace honesty, control becomes invisible.
But I think you'll agree, if you've not met him before, it is rather unsettling talking to a man who has what appears to be mint jelly oozing out of his ears.
Fact 9. Death was played for laughs.
Had almost given up the will to live. And then somebody gave me this injection and
Colin, you are dead.
Fatalities appeared without weight. Death lacked consequence. Mourning was brief or absent. Bodies became punchlines. Grief never lingered. Brittas responded with protocol.
Which means nobody loves me, Miss Brittas!
Emotion felt inconvenient. The show moved on instantly. This tonal choice shocked quietly. Comedy overrode humanity. Rewatching feels jarring. Death loses seriousness. Life feels disposable. The reset erases loss. Characters never process trauma. Viewers are trained not to either. Laughter fills the gap. The contrast grows darker with age. What once felt absurd now feels cold. Repetition numbs response. And when death is casual, meaning drains away.
And in the ensuing confusion, I'll get to the telephone. Go on! Hit me!
Fact 10. Order masked moral failure.
Attention please, attention please. A water storage tank has just burst, extinguishing the fire in corridor T3.
Brittas. Obsessed over order. Clean systems mattered deeply. Checklists replaced ethics. Compliance felt virtuous. Outcomes mattered less than procedure. The centre looked functional on paper. Reality contradicted appearance. Order became illusion. Moral failure hid behind organisation. The show exposed this gradually. Viewers laughed at rigidity, then noticed the cost. Structure protected incompetence. Chaos persisted beneath tidiness. Brittas never questioned systems. Systems never corrected harm. Appearance triumphed over reality. Order silenced doubt. Efficiency replaced care. The joke sharpened over time. And when order masks failure, darkness wears a smile.
And the eternal flame is lit.
Fact 11. Mental health was ignored.
It may be just my imagination, but I thought you were a bit tetchy in the lineup.
Oh, that's all sorted out now.
Meant to be doing something with you, was he, young Gavin?
Stress was treated as weakness. Anxiety was played for laughs. Emotional breakdowns became punchlines. Support never arrived meaningfully. Characters were expected to cope silently. Burnout was normalized. Brittas dismissed emotional warning signs. Positivity replaced care. Systems had no space for vulnerability. Suffering was individualized. Structural causes were ignored. The show never paused for recovery. Trauma reset between episodes. Rewatching reveals emotional neglect. Mental health had no language here. Distress was inconvenient. Compassion slowed operations. Efficiency mattered more. Pain was absorbed quietly. That quiet absorption felt bleak. And when mental health is ignored, damage multiplies unseen.
However, I'm also going to ban you from my evening lectures for a period of 1 month.
Fact 12. The system protected itself.
Let's remember Bob, shall we, Elaine? And we all hope you hear some news of him before too long.
Failures never triggered reform. Investigations led nowhere. Accountability evaporated. Blame was redirected downward. The organisation survived intact. Brittas remained in charge regardless. Systems closed ranks automatically. Whistleblowing was futile. Complaints were processed, not solved. Paperwork replaced justice. The appearance of action mattered. Outcomes did not. This bred cynicism. Staff stopped expecting change. The show portrayed this casually. Over time, it felt chilling. Institutions outlived individuals. Harm became acceptable cost. Survival trumped ethics. The centre existed for itself. And when systems protect themselves, people become expendable.
I'm not wearing padding.
In that case, can I interest you in the Women's Rugby Club? We're trying to get it off the ground. We're a bit short of weights in the front row.
Fact 13. Optimism replaced reality.
Gavin, that's no way to greet a fiancée you haven't seen for 5 years. Give her a proper kiss. And don't worry, we've seen it all before, haven't we, Tim?
Brittas insisted everything was fine. Evidence was reframed as negativity. Problems were labelled attitude issues. Reality clashed with messaging. Optimism became denial. Denial delayed response. Delay increased harm. The show mined humour from mismatch.
What am I down for this morning, Gavin?
Martial arts.
Great.
Laughter masked danger. Rewatching highlights gaslighting. Staff doubted their own perception. Brittas' certainty dominated. Alternative views felt rude. Truth lost authority. Positivity became coercive. Morale was forced, not earned. Emotional honesty disappeared. Smiles replaced solutions. The centre felt unreal. Reality was edited out. And when optimism replaces reality, darkness grows unchecked.
Declarations of love from my deputy manager. Foolishly, I was hoping I can count on your support.
I'm right behind you, Mr. Brittas.
Fact 14. No one could escape.
Now, sit yourself down. Come on. Don't you give it a thought. You've got plenty to panic about already. Thank you.
Leaving felt impossible. Jobs trapped characters psychologically. Familiarity bred resignation. Hope diminished gradually. Attempts to leave failed quietly. The workplace defined identity. Time passed without progress. Stagnation became default. The show never rewarded escape. Survival meant adaptation. Dreams shrank slowly. The centre absorbed ambition. Rewatching reveals entrapment.
Boy, that was a close one, eh?
Characters aged without growth. Routine replaced aspiration. The system consumed years. Exit routes closed unnoticed. Comfort masked confinement. Laughter softened despair. The trap felt polite. And when escape is denied, darkness feels permanent.
And can't you just ease it apart?
Easy. You couldn't open it with a pressure vise. I know, because I tried.
Fact 15. Comedy hid a warning.
You just like my parents!
This is a girl who can't express anger.
The Brittas Empire was funny first. Laughter disarmed critique. Viewers relaxed into absurdity. Slowly, patterns emerged. Harm repeated without correction. Politeness masked control. Systems failed consistently. Empathy disappeared quietly. Authority remained unchallenged. Death lost meaning. Safety became illusion. Optimism silenced truth. The tone never shifted overtly. Darkness accumulated beneath cheer. Rewatching changes interpretation.
You better watch out for this one, Dad. He'll be after your job next.
The joke becomes the warning. What seemed harmless feels ominous. The sitcom predicts institutional failure. Comedy made it palatable. That palatability was the danger. And beneath the smiles, the show was always telling us something was wrong.